Coming up on Wave TV, hit the snooze button with the new bell schedule.
Plus, head home from the soccer field with another Everybody Has a Story.
Skate into a new sports report.
And Eli evaluates this year's box office gold.
Good morning, Summerville High School. I'm Betsy Bullock.
And I'm Ian Kiker. Today is Monday, January 19th. And stay tuned because Wave TV starts now.
After months of discussion, the school board unanimously decided to change next year's bell schedule.
That's right, Betsy. Instead of a 7:25 start time, school starts at 8:55 beginning in the fall. Looks like students will begin to set their alarms a little bit later. Exactly.
Here's Wave TV reporter Ann Bailey with the details behind the controversial time change.
Dorchester School District 2 has changed its high school day to 8:55 to 3:55. This will drastically change the daily schedules of everyone involved with the high schools and has sparked controversy, especially in regard to teen employment.
I don't think that the situation will be fair to students. Those students that depend on a part-time job for gasoline to have a car, they aren't going to have many hours to get gasoline money.
We met with parent groups 7 different times in the first semester because this is important. The entire proposal was focused on academics first.
The teenage workforce is needed, and companies are going to adjust. And most of our, community leaders and businesses said that, that's not a problem. What's best for students is their education and then their work.
If there's any concern or a student who just certainly has to work, we can adjust that student's schedule to make things happen for him or her. We really made a strong effort to help students get internship and shadowing opportunities.
It's going to be a little bit difficult for people with jobs because, like, most jobs have to adjust. Some probably will fire some people and hire those who are out of high school.
Not only have people expressed concerns for lack of time when it comes to work, but teens also wonder how this new bell schedule will affect their extracurricular activities.
We've had extracurriculars when we were at 3:30, 4 o'clock before. Our middle schools have extracurriculars at 4 o'clock, and everybody has, tutoring and fine arts and athletics. Whether you get out at 4 or 4:30, that's still going to go. I mean, it's just moving it later in the day. There's the same amount of time. It's just time in the appropriate place.
Administrators are willing to make these changes for the medical benefits. Heidi Canode, a sleep technician, elaborates.
The average adult is recommended to sleep 7 to 8 hours, and the average teenager is recommended to have anywhere from about 8.5 hours to about 9.5 hours of sleep. So if you're not going to bed until about 11:30 and you're not falling asleep right away, and then you have to get up at 4:30, 5:30, 6:30, you're nowhere close to getting the recommended amount of sleep.
Canode explains the long-term effects of sleep loss are a decrease in cognitive ability, an increase in heightened emotions, and more drowsy behavior. Whether or not this turns out to be a positive change, the decision is final. Ann Bailey, Wave TV.
Thanks, Ann. Yesterday we tweeted asking your opinion of the new change. Based on the response, 81% of students favor the bell schedule change, 16% disliked the change, and 3% were undecided. In other school news, 2 new queens were crowned over the weekend. 23 girls competed for the titles of Miss Green Wave and Miss Green Wave Teen. The night kicked off with a Beyoncé-inspired opening number, followed by fitness wear, onstage question, talent, and formal wear. Your 2015 Miss Green Wave is Olivia Juritich, and your Miss Green Wave Teen is Mary Baxter Harlow. Juritich also won Miss Congeniality and Best Talent. Harlow won Best Interview and Fitness. The 2 winners plan to compete in the Miss South Carolina pageant in June.
My experience has been amazing. I can't tell you the things I've learned. I'm just ecstatic right now. I don't even know what to say. When I first won, I really was in complete shock. Like, I thought that, one of the other girls might have had it, and I don't know. I mean, I guess it was just a real honor, and I'm really thankful for it.
In district news, River Oaks Middle School hosted dozens of teams for the regional First Lego League robotics competition. Summerville students and teachers volunteered as elementary and middle school students competed head-to-head in a match of engineering. Competitors maneuvered homemade Lego robots through an obstacle course to achieve points for their teams. 5 teams move forward to the state competition later this year.
It teaches you how to solve problems like problem solving and teamwork.
It's very excited. I've been involved with Lego for about 5 or 6 years doing the refereeing, and it's fun to watch the kids have a good time and see what they come up with in their robots.
Stay tuned to Wave TV for more information about the results of the state competition.
Over 200 teachers lead and mentor students at Summerville High School. Each one has a story. Here's Wave TV reporter Dalen Filipiak with a special teacher edition of Everybody Has a Story.
Everybody has a story, and I'm here to find out what it is. This time, we chose a teacher, and the teacher we chose was Mr. Reisner.
This is my 18th year teaching. Played 4 years of college soccer, and then went and played some semi-professional soccer. I love coaching soccer. Soccer is what I'm very passionate about, and I think it's contagious with the boys. I think they really enjoy being out here also.
I love Coach Reisner, a soccer coach. He has the college experience. He played in college, so he really knows what he's talking about.
I do like Mr. Reisner because he's a big, awkward goofball, but he's actually pretty good and nice.
Soccer is my haven, my stress away from life. Nothing else matters when I'm on the soccer field.
And although soccer is his safe haven, his heart is at home with his daughter Gracie.
Hi, my name is Gracie Reisner. I have cystic fibrosis.
Cystic fibrosis is a genetic disorder that affects the lungs and the digestive system, and it causes thicker mucus, so the mucus is harder to move, and so a person with cystic fibrosis generally has a more chronic cough, and when they get a cold it lasts a lot longer and sometimes does permanent lung damage.
To prevent this lung damage, Gracie undergoes treatment by using a vest to loosen her mucus, breathing treatments, and medicine to combat the mucus.
Things do scare me about CF. The first time I went to the doctor and actually understood what they said, it really scared me because they said that it wasn't really common for people to live very long. I always look back at my parents and say, well, everything's going to be fine.
Gracie was what I consider lucky to be born into a very competitive family, because when we found out, we had our day or 2 days of devastating, understanding what was actually happening, and then we said we're fighting it. So she's a fighter.
And Gracie will continue fighting with the support of her family.
Look at that ace!
Reporting for Wave TV, I'm Dalen Filipiak.
Thanks, Dalen. Gracie is such an inspiration.
Yes, she is. Coming up after the break, climb into a chilly new sports report.
Good morning, I'm Joel Bryant, and this is your Wave TV Sports Report. Our Green Wave athletes washed away their opponents last week. Last Friday, your Lady Green Wave basketball team kicked things off with an overtime win of 60-59 against Goose Creek. On Saturday, the ladies blew Carolina Forest out of the water with a score of 80-30. This rounds their record of 10-5 for the season. The varsity boys also flooded the Goose Creek Gators with a score of 59-51. Be sure to catch them on the court Tuesday at Bluffton. Tip-off is at 6. Last Friday, the hockey team hit the ice against Greenville South. In the first period, Brendan Flatt put one on the top shelf of the net for an easy first goal for Summerville. Later in the period, Summerville got racked against the boards by Greenville South. In the second period, Rocco Arnold came up with a huge save as Greenville South pelted pucks at the net. Later in the game, Flatt tosses the puck at the net and gets his own rebound for the second goal of the night. Summerville couldn't maintain the momentum and came home without the W.
We have to work on watching the guy who doesn't have the puck, because you lose sight of him and he's wide open, and that happened to us a couple of times tonight.
I think we're having a pretty strong season right now. We just got to work on the simple stuff and the little mistakes that we keep making every game.
You can catch the team on the ice this Friday at 9 at the Carolina Palace. Moving to the mat, the wrestling team failed to pin Ashley Ridge Swamp Foxes. Despite the loss, the team managed to maintain their ranking. You can catch them back in action tonight at home. Cheer on their captain James Sass, who is undefeated and eyeing yet another state title. Many sports tend to go unnoticed. One sport in particular leaves players hanging for their lives. Here's Wave TV sports correspondent McGuire Finley with the grip on rock climbing.
Rock climbing is a sport that requires mind, body, and will to reach a peak as fast as possible. There are many types of rock climbing. Bouldering is when you use no ropes and have a person below to help you. Another type is rope climbing, which uses various harnesses and clips to help you from falling. Many students don't know that a couple of their teachers go from gripping a pencil to gripping a mountain.
So I've been climbing now for about 4 years. I started towards the end of my school at Clemson University.
I actually started when I was in elementary school and climbed through middle school and then quit in high school and picked it back up again in college. But I didn't really start doing it seriously until about 1.5 years ago.
To me, rock climbing is a learning experience. It's about, battling with yourself and the rock to kind of learn and figure out the best and the easiest way to kind of get to the top.
My favorite kind is to actually go outside and climb in the mountains. So on real rock is the most fun, and you have the most variety there too.
You go camping, you go hiking, you go climbing, and you see all the best views that you would see on a normal day of hiking.
We missed the climb, but the view is worth it. The view is awesome.
It's an escape from anything that's going on in your life.
Rock climbing piqued the interest of these two teachers and continues to inspire others. For Wave TV, I'm McGuire Finley.
Thanks, McGuire. If you are interested in rock climbing, head on down to James Island County Park. The park features rock climbing lessons and various rock walls. That's all for today's sports report. Back to you, Ian.
Thanks, Joel. Today's health tip, slow down your eating by putting your fork down in between bites while you chew your food. In club news, the next anime club meeting is this Friday after school in room 229B. Come share your passion with other people. Bring your favorite anime to share with the group. The National Art Honor Society meeting is tomorrow after school in room 163. Bring a white t-shirt to tie-dye. With the new year comes new box office smashes. This means only one thing, Eli's Corner is back. Today's topic, the hottest movies of 2015. Take it away, Eli.
Hey Summerville, I'm Eli Hummer, and welcome to another edition of Eli's Corner. The year 2014 is now gone, and to be honest, I'm not really going to miss it. But the year 2015 is promising some awesome movies coming out that everyone is excited for. So I'm going to tell you all about them. Starting with Insurgent. Based on the Divergent series, Insurgent continues with Triss on the run from the power-hungry erudite Janine. And Triss has to overcome a series of challenges to uncover her family's past and possibly her future. Insurgent comes out on March 20th. Next is Fast and Furious 7. Alright, let's just do this one real quick. Featuring Vin Diesel and Paul Walker, a dead man's brother is seeking revenge on a terrifying Torito gang. To be honest, I'm not expecting this to be any different than the others. Cars driving fast and furiously, possibility of incarceration, and it comes out on April 3rd. Next movie is Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. 10 years after the last movie, Episode 7 continues on with the story, featuring new faces, classic ships, and cute robots. Star Wars Episode 7 comes out on December 18th. Next up is Jurassic World. The park is now open to the public. Apparently they forgot what happened the past 3 movies. People are now traveling in giant hamster balls. There's even a water dinosaur eating a shark. Seriously, what is this, SeaWorld? Everything is fine until a genetically modified dino is unstable and now starts to eat the tourists. Who would have thought that would happen? Jurassic World comes out on June 12th. And finally, Avengers Age of Ultron. Bringing back the old team, Tony Stark accidentally makes an AI robot named Ultron who thinks the world would be a better place if their humans didn't exist. This is a movie that I'm most excited for because I love the Avengers, and seeing it have a sequel is really amazing. This automatically should get $1 billion hands down. Now, if only a certain Spider-Man was in it, this probably would be the best movie ever. Avengers Age of Ultron comes out on May 1st. That's all for this episode. Thanks for watching. For Wave TV, I'm Eli Hummer, signing off.
Thanks, Eli. I can hardly wait until the new movies hit the box office.
Me either. We have many great movies coming out this year. That's all the news we have for today. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Wave TV News. Signing off for Wave TV, I'm Ian Kiker.
And I'm Betsy Bullock. Stay tuned tomorrow for this year's most popular winter fashion.